what you're doing is you're trying to deflect the criticism by saying, okay, we had some bad legislation before, so let's now extend it. So that it can use...
What can we do to make sure that the government or that Parliament ditches Part 2?
I mean, the purpose of the bill actually has got nothing to do with civil society organisations, never did in its original form.
I genuinely believe that the overall aims of this bill are just and right and fair.
I have to say, Simon, that your speech was astonishingly smug and complacent, and I think you should be ashamed of it.
It's nothing to do with what people say, it's nothing to do with trying to say people can't say certain things. It is everything to do with saying that there should be some clarity about who's saying it, where their money comes from, and also how much they can actually spend on communicating those messages when they are deliberately spending money to try and influence which political candidate gets elected and doesn't get elected.
Why is it that big companies on the register will be able to do corporate lobbying? It's only small consultants that have to be registered.
What it's intended to do is ensure that wealthy sectional interests cannot use very large sums of money
But they'll do
to procure the outcome.
They can still do that, we've just heard.
They're allowed to lobby.
Influential people can lobby to their heart's content. That'd be totally unrestricted.
Many of the concepts in this bill that have been spoken about, I think maybe a little bit luridly, aren't new concepts, and it's really important to consider that they have actually been in place at the 2005 election, at the 2010 election, and that what we're doing by looking at this bill now is dealing with many concepts that aren't new.
I have been having a look at something published by the House of Lords, 16th of October, and basically they were concerned that the bill was introduced with undue haste and that where legislation is of constitutional significance, the present bill directly affects the ability of people and organisations to engage with the government. And in bold at the end of that, it says handling of the bill to date is a matter of significant concern. Now I think if the House of Lords are saying something like that, I think we need a little bit more information about the real impact of it. I think you're playing down the impact on organisations and people to have a voice in politics, which they don't particularly have at the moment.
What this comes down to, really, a lot of it, is who you believe, whether you believe the assurances of ministers, and there have been a lot of warm words said about what the lobbying bill will or won't do, or whether you believe the vast range of charitable organisations, voluntary organisations and campaigning organisations who've worked with a range of independent lawyers to analyse the content of the bill and work out what, and form a view as to what it will do.
But I think we have seen a falling off of public trust within the political process.
Actually, everybody who cares about anything should quite legitimately want to influence the outcome of an election.